Epic cinematic music builds. Visual montage flashes across the screen. Elektra executing flawless ninjutsu moves under the moonlight. Huntress vaulting over Gotham rooftops with her crossbow poise. Two of the deadliest assassins in the comic book universe, Elektra Nachios and Helena Bertinelli, the Huntress. Both forged in tragedy, masters of their craft, and relentless in their missions. But in a deadly combat of assassins, who truly has the edge? Title card flashes. Asterisk, Elektra vs. Huntress, deadly combat of assassins. Welcome back, aficionados of the arcane and the artful. Today, we're diving deep into an expert-level analysis of two iconic figures from Marvel and DC Comics, respectively. Prepare for a journey through shadowed alleys and clandestine organizations as we dissect every facet of Elektra and Huntress's abilities. Buckle up, because this isn't your average versus matchup. This is a clash of titans. Quick cuts of comic panels showcasing intense battles and strategic maneuvers. We invite you, yes, you seasoned veterans of the comic realm, to weigh in. Drop your hypotheses and analyses in the comments below. Let's get this scholarly debate roaring. First, let's delve into their intricate origins, because understanding their genesis is key to understanding their prowess. Elektra Nachios. Elektra was born to Greek ambassador Hugo Nachios and grew up in the political turmoil of her father's career. At 20, she witnessed her father's assassination, a pivotal moment that catalyzed her transformation. Instead of succumbing to grief, she channeled it, seeking enlightenment and mastery under the tutelage of Styx, the leader of the chaste. Her training was rigorous. Elektra didn't just learn martial arts, she absorbed the philosophical underpinnings of combat. However, her descent into darkness began when she infiltrated the Hand, an ancient ninja clan dating back to 1588 in Japan. Her time with them honed her skills but also tainted her soul. Helena Bertinelli, Huntress. Helena, heiress to one of Gotham's most powerful mafia families, witnessed the brutal massacre of her entire family at the tender age of 8. An event orchestrated by a rival mob. This wasn't just a trigger, it was a fuse lit on a powder keg of vengeance. She was sent to Sicily, where she trained extensively for a decade in various forms of combat, criminology, and stealth. Unlike Elektra, Helena's training was self-imposed, driven by a singular purpose: to eradicate the mafia from Gotham. Returning as the Huntress, she brought with her a relentless ferocity, unbounded by the moral codes that restrained other vigilantes. Now, let's break down their skill sets, layer by layer. Elektra. Elektra is a polymath in martial disciplines. She has mastered over a dozen forms of martial arts, including ninjutsu, aikido, and capoeira. Her proficiency isn't just in physical combat. She has honed her kai to the extent of having low-level telepathic abilities, enabling her to anticipate moves, resist mental attacks, and even alter her physiological state to numb pain. Her agility and reflexes are measured at peak human potential. In Elektra 3 feet, 2001, she was documented dodging point-blank gunfire from multiple assailants, a feat requiring reflexes exceeding 0.15 seconds. Helena Bertinelli, Huntress. Helena is an Olympic-level athlete, with specialties in athletics that rival decathletes. Her hand-to-hand combat skills are a fusion of boxing, judo, and jujutsu, tailored for maximum efficiency against larger opponents. Her strategic mind is her true weapon. She has a bachelor's degree in psychology and uses this knowledge to outthink her adversaries. Moreover, her pain tolerance and endurance are off the charts. In Birds of Prey 32 feet, 2001, she survived multiple stab wounds and continued fighting, indicative of a psychological fortitude that cannot be underestimated. An assassin is only as good as her tools. Let's examine their arsenals. Elektra's arsenal. Elektra's iconic twin sai are more than just weapons. They are an extension of her very being. Crafted from adamantium in certain storylines, Wolverine Volume 2 100 feet, they are virtually indestructible. She wields them with ambidextrous mastery, capable of deflecting bullets and disarming opponents effortlessly. Beyond the sai, she carries an array of ninja weaponry. Shurikens precise to within a millimeter over 50 meters. katanas forged with folded steel techniques dating back to the Muromachi period, and garrotes made from monofilament wire, sharp enough to sever limbs. Huntress's arsenal. The Huntress's primary weapon is her custom-crafted crossbow, capable of firing bolts at speeds exceeding 350 feet per second. She employs an array of trick bolts, explosive bolts with a blast radius of 5 meters, grappling bolts with composite cable strong enough to support 600 pounds, and even EMP bolts that can disable electronic devices within a 10-meter radius. Her suit is woven with Kevlar and Nomex fibers, providing resistance to ballistics and fire. Occasionally, she integrates Wayne-Tech gadgets, EMP disruptors, holographic projectors, and forensic scanners, though she prefers to rely on her own resources. Understanding their psychology gives us insight into their decision-making processes during combat. Elektra. Elektra embodies the duality of assassin and anti-heroine. Her time with the hand introduced a fragmentation in her psyche, a constant battle between her ruthless assassin nature and her lingering humanity. Psychological assessments in Daredevil Volume 2 Number 25 suggest she operates with a detached affect, enabling her to execute missions without emotional interference. However, her connection with Matthew Murdock, Daredevil, introduces variables of compassion and hesitation, a potential liability. Huntress is fueled by a deep-seated need for vengeance, bordering on obsession. She displays signs of hypervigilance and a propensity for aggression, often clashing with Batman over her brutal methods. In Batman, Huntress, Cry for Blood, it's evident that her moral compass is skewed towards ends justifying means, a philosophy that makes her unpredictable and dangerous, even to allies. No assassin operates in a vacuum. Allies and enemies can tip the scales. Elektra, her alliances are fluid. While she has collaborated with S.H.I.E.L.D., often in Black Ops capacities, her true loyalties are nebulous. Her enmity with the Hand is both personal and professional. They've resurrected and manipulated her multiple times, adding layers of complexity to her vendettas. Adversaries like Bullseye, who infamously killed her in Daredevil 181 feet, serve as benchmarks for her resilience and growth. Her interactions with Kingpin and other crime lords often blur the lines between foe and employer. Huntress. As a member of the Birds of Prey, Huntress has worked alongside Black Canary and Oracle, though not without friction. Her methods often put her at odds with Batman, leading to temporary expulsions from the Bat family's inner circle. Her enemies are the cornerstone of Gotham's underworld, the Bertinelli crime family rivals, the Mandragoras, and assorted supervillains who underestimate her at their peril. Their histories are studded with feats that showcase their capabilities in stark relief. Elektra. Elektra's resurrection isn't just a supernatural footnote, it's indicative of her significance in the mystical realms. After being killed by Bullseye, Stone of the Chaste resurrected her, cleansing her soul, a rare feat demonstrating her value to powerful entities. In Elektra Volume 2 Number 22, she single-handedly infiltrated a Hydra base, neutralizing over 100 agents without detection, showcasing her unparalleled stealth and combat efficiency. Huntress. During the No Man's Land arc, Huntress donned the Batgirl mantle, holding territory against gangs in a lawless Gotham, an impressive display of tactical acumen and leadership under extreme conditions. She dismantled the entire mafia infrastructure in Gotham in Huntress. Year 1, a calculated campaign that required strategic brilliance and relentless execution. Now, let's construct a hypothetical encounter, an expert-level analysis of how this battle could unfold. Setting the stage, the combat takes place in a neutral urban environment, a sprawling cityscape at night, replete with shadows, rooftops, and back alleys. Both are aware of each other's reputations but have no personal animosity. Strengths comparison. Elektra's mastery of close-quarters combat and her psychic awareness provide her with an edge in one-on-one engagements. Her ability to mask her presence, a skill known as the Way of the Camouflage in ninja lore, could allow her to ambush Huntress. Huntress, with her crossbow capable of rapid fire and trick bolts, has the advantage at range. Her strategic planning means she might anticipate an ambush and set countermeasures. Weaknesses assessment. Elektra's potential overconfidence could lead her to underestimate Huntress's tactical ingenuity. Huntress's emotional drive might cloud her judgment, causing her to react impulsively to provocations. Strategic approaches. Elektra would likely utilize the environment to her advantage, moving through shadows, using her silent footfall, documented as less than 25 decibels, to close the distance. She might use psychological warfare, employing misdirection tactics. Huntress would establish vantage points, using rooftops and high ground. She could deploy surveillance drones, as seen in Birds of Prey 15 feet, to track Elektra's movements, setting traps with infrared tripwires connected to explosive bolts. Hypothetical battle progression. The encounter begins with Huntress detecting a disturbance, a subtle hint of Elektra's presence. She fires a recon bolt, which Elektra deftly dodges, confirming her location. Elektra responds by throwing shurikens, which Huntress deflects with her armored gauntlets. Mid-battle, Huntress switches to explosive bolts, collapsing a fire escape to block Elektra's path. Elektra anticipates the move, showcasing her precognition, and redirects her path vertically, scaling a wall with parkour efficiency. As distance closes, Elektra engages in close combat. A flurry of strikes ensues, Elektra's say against Huntress's combat batons, an auxiliary weapon she carries. The clash is intense. Elektra's strikes are calculated to exploit pressure points, while Huntress employs Krav Maga techniques aimed at disarming. Given Elektra's superior hand-to-hand skills and psychic edge, she would likely gain the upper hand in close combat. However, if Huntress can maintain range and leverage her tactical devices, she could incapacitate Elektra. In this scenario, Elektra's ability to nullify pain and resist psychic attacks could be the deciding factor, allowing her to endure Huntress's assaults and deliver a decisive blow. So, in this deadly dance of assassins, Elektra emerges as the probable victor, but not without a formidable challenge from the Huntress. Both warriors exemplify peak human potential, but Elektra's combination of mystical arts and martial supremacy gives her that slight edge. But remember, in the ever-fluid dynamics of the comic multiverses, variables abound. A different setting, a moment's hesitation, or an unexpected intervention could tip the scales. That's the beauty of these fascinating characters, their complexity defies absolute predictions. Now, we turn it over to you, the experts. Do you agree with this analysis? Perhaps you have insights into overlooked abilities or strategic nuances. Share your thoughts and let's enrich this discourse together. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the lethal legacies of Elektra and Huntress. If you enjoyed this expert-level breakdown, smash that like button and subscribe for more in-depth analyses. Stay tuned for our next episode where we'll pit two master strategists against each other in a battle of wits and wills. Until next time, keep your blades sharp and your minds sharper. Shout out to the incredible writers and artists who brought these characters to life: Frank Miller, Joe Madureira, Greg Rucka, and many others. Their decades of work provide the rich tapestry we explore today. Don't forget to check out the comics referenced: Daredevil, issues number 168 to 190, Elektra Assassin, Batman, Huntress, Cry for Blood, and Birds of Prey series, to experience these stories firsthand.